And let me tell you, he is the MVP of girl dads, to say the least.
In what many fans are now calling one of the most shocking celebrity slip-ups of the year, a stunning revelation allegedly came from Vanessa Bryant herself. According to speculation, she not only confirmed that her mother Vanessa Bryant was pregnant, but even hinted that the father of the child could be none other than NBA superstar Kevin Durant. The question immediately began swirling in gossip circles and fan discussions. Has Vanessa finally moved on from Kobe? And is she ready to start a new chapter in her life? Let's break this all down step by step. The internet has been completely consumed these past few days with the frenzy surrounding Vanessa Bryant's rumored pregnancy. If you've been online at all, chances are you've already heard whispers of this story. For about 3 or 4 days now, rumors have been flying that Vanessa Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, was expecting a child. According to the claims, Natalia allegedly confirmed 2 major bombshells. First, that Vanessa was indeed pregnant, and second, that the father was a young baller. This phrase instantly ricocheted across social media platforms and gossip blogs, igniting speculation over which NBA star could possibly fit that description. Kevin Durant's name quickly rose to the top, not because there was any direct proof, but because of his superstar status, his connections in Los Angeles, and the times his path had crossed within Kobe's basketball circle. The rumor mill didn't stop there. It wasn't just whispers of pregnancy. It was talk of Vanessa possibly being pregnant by a young baller. That exact phrase made its way into headlines and became the fuel for endless discussion. And while the claims seemed outrageous, their constant repetition across different outlets started to give them a sense of credibility. What began as whispers in obscure corners of the internet soon ballooned into a mainstream gossip sensation, amplified by blogs, podcasters, and influencers chasing views and clicks. Vanessa's silence during those early days was treated by many as confirmation, but through it all, one thing has remained absolutely clear: Vanessa Bryant has consistently and firmly denied every single pregnancy rumor. She has used everything from light-hearted memes to direct photographic evidence to shut down what she herself labeled as pure imagination. To truly understand Vanessa's determination to guard Kobe's legacy and protect her family's privacy today, we need to rewind and look at the extraordinary loyalty she displayed during the darkest days of their marriage. That loyalty became the cornerstone of her character, and it explains her fierce commitment to preserving his memory even after his passing. Back in 2003, Kobe Bryant faced sexual assault allegations that marked the most painful chapter of their relationship. A 19-year-old hotel worker in Colorado accused Kobe, and the basketball world seemed to crash down on him overnight. In a defining moment for both his public image and his marriage, Kobe admitted to committing adultery while strongly denying the assault. Fighting back tears, he told the world, "I sit here before you guys embarrassed and ashamed for committing adultery. I love my wife." He insisted the encounter had been consensual, but he also acknowledged that the woman did not view it the same way. Vanessa's response to this betrayal stunned many, and her unwavering strength during that crisis would later become legendary. At just 21 years old, and while pregnant with their first child, she stood beside Kobe during the infamous July 18, 2003 press conference. She issued her own statement, balancing pain with resilience. "I know that my husband has made a mistake, the mistake of adultery," she declared. "He and I will have to deal with that within our marriage, and we will do so. He is not a criminal. I believe in his innocence because I know him to be innocent. I will stand by him, and we will face this together." This was not some carefully crafted PR strategy. It was a young woman making the conscious decision to endure one of the most public scandals in sports history alongside her husband. The criminal case collapsed in 2004 after the accuser chose not to testify, and a civil lawsuit was eventually settled out of court in 2005. But while Kobe avoided criminal conviction, the ordeal left deep scars on both his reputation and their marriage. Despite this, the couple embarked on a long period of reconciliation that eventually brought them closer than ever. They renewed their vows in 2008 in Tuscany during an intimate ceremony led by Vanessa herself, focused on forgiveness and renewal. even when rumors of ongoing infidelity led Vanessa to file for divorce in 2011. Citing Kobe's alleged affairs with multiple women, the two reconciled in 2013. Once again, Vanessa chose unity and family over public perception. That cycle of loyalty, forgiveness, and relentless protection of their bond defined her role in Kobe's life and foreshadowed her guardianship of his legacy. This loyalty was on full display in 2021 when Kobe was posthumously inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. Vanessa gave a powerful 12-minute speech in his honor, acknowledging not only the mistakes he made but also the growth and transformation that defined his journey as a husband and father. She described how he taught their daughters to be brave, to persevere, and to keep moving forward even in the face of hardship. That same strength and loyalty now fuels her mission to shield Kobe's memory from harm, whether in the media or the courtroom. It was this very determination that led her to sue Los Angeles County after deputies shared photos of the helicopter crash site, ultimately winning a $28.5 million settlement to defend her husband and daughter's dignity even after death. Against this backdrop, Vanessa's current battle against relentless pregnancy rumors takes on an even deeper meaning. The speculation reached its peak in the summer of 2025, when unverified claims about her allegedly expecting a fifth child exploded across social media. Platforms swarmed with fake images, unproven theories, and wild commentary. Vanessa's response was swift and razor-sharp, a reflection of the no-nonsense resilience she had already demonstrated during the 2003 crisis. She took to her Instagram stories, this time letting Rihanna memes do the talking. One showed Rihanna lounging in a pool, flipping off the camera, with a caption that read, "Me protecting my peace, not pregnant, and having fun all summer." Another bluntly declared, "I'm not mean, I'm just not the one." Vanessa wasn't simply denying the gossip, she was sending a message. These posts were bold declarations of independence, rejecting the public's obsessive need to control or police her body and choices. Just as she once told the world that private marital struggles would be dealt with inside her marriage, Vanessa was now demanding the right to protect her peace and keep her personal life off limits. But the speculation didn't stop. In August, fresh claims appeared online, this time tied to fabricated images and false stories about supposed relationships. Once again, Vanessa clapped back with another Rihanna meme on August 30th, reinforcing her position and emphasizing her focus on maintaining peace. It became obvious that a cycle was forming. Every few months, rumors of Vanessa's pregnancy would resurface, each round more elaborate than the last. But her most definitive rejection came on September 6, 2025, during the US Open Women's Final at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Vanessa was photographed sipping multiple honeydew cocktails, a vodka-based drink. She later shared these photos herself on Instagram, using them as clear, visual proof that she was not pregnant. Her casual enjoyment of alcohol dismantled the latest wave of gossip in one fell swoop. The public reaction to these repeated denials has been eye-opening and, at times, disturbing. On one hand, countless fans have defended Vanessa, criticizing the invasive nature of the rumors and urging others to leave her alone. On the other, some people still felt entitled to comment on her reproductive choices, acting as if her body and her private life were fair game. Some even brought up outdated notions about widowhood, insisting that she should remain frozen in grief forever. This line of thinking ignored the reality that marriage vows end with death, and that a widow has every right to decide how she wants to live after loss. The conversation exposed deep-rooted biases about women, especially widows, and how they're judged when it comes to moving forward. These responses echoed the very scrutiny Vanessa faced back in 2003, when the public judged her for standing by Kobe after his admitted infidelity. Just as people felt entitled then to dictate whether she should forgive him, some now feel entitled to dictate whether she can date, remarry, or even have another child. 5 years after Kobe's passing, Vanessa is still dealing with the same invasive expectations, as though her love for him could only be measured by perpetual mourning. This brings us back to Kevin Durant and the alleged connection. When you actually examine the facts, Vanessa and Durant's interactions have been minimal, professional, and easily explained through the basketball world they both inhabit. Their most public sighting together came during the 2024 Paris Olympics on August 9th, where both were seen in the VIP section during Team USA's women's basketball semi-final win over Australia. This was not a secret date or romantic encounter. It was a gathering of sports icons celebrating America's success. Vanessa was there with her 3 daughters, while Durant attended with Team USA men's teammates like Bam Adebayo. They were seated alongside legends such as Sue Bird, Megan Rapinoe, and Dawn Staley. The entire scene was festive and public, far from the private intimacy gossip sites suggested. So why did the dating rumors spread so fast? The answer lies in Vanessa's very public choice to remain unmarried and dedicate herself to Kobe's memory. This choice places her in the company of other prominent widows who have made similar decisions to preserve their late husbands' legacies. Think of Coretta Scott King, who never remarried after Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, dedicating her life to his vision for civil rights. Or Terry Irwin, who chose not to date after Steve Irwin's tragic passing, instead devoting herself to wildlife conservation and raising their children. Even supermodel Iman has said she will never remarry after losing David Bowie, describing her marriage to him as an eternal love. Vanessa's decision is not about being unable to move forward. It's about choosing a different path that honors Kobe and keeps his influence central to her life and her children's lives. These widows have shown the world that legacy, family, and fulfillment can exist outside of new romantic attachments. And yet, the modern gossip machine refuses to accept that. Platforms like TikTok and Instagram amplified the Durant rumors, cutting together clips from the Olympics and other events to create false narratives. With captions like, "Love in the air," and "Vanessa's next husband," social media turned innocent encounters into supposed evidence of romance. In reality, it was nothing more than a distortion for clicks. Durant himself has always spoken about Kobe with the utmost respect, calling him an idol and even crediting him in a 2016 interview with teaching him how to be a professional. When you step back and look at the big picture, it's clear that the Vanessa Durant rumors are just the latest product of a culture that thrives on speculation, sensationalism, and pushing widows into boxes. The truth is much simpler and far more human. Vanessa Bryant has chosen to honor her late husband's memory while fiercely protecting her own peace and her family's dignity. And as she's shown time and again, no rumor, no matter how outrageous, will ever change that.